Hello, Aries. Welcome to your monthly reading for April 2021. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you're unsure of your Sun, Moon, or Rising placements, you just give it a little bit of a Google, and there are many websites out there where if you just plug in your birthday information, you can find out what all the planetary aspects were when you were born, and that includes your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign. The website I like the best for myself is astrocharts.com. It's astro-charts.com. But there's so many out there, and some of them go into great detail too to let you know what everything means. I'm an Aries moon myself, so hello, fellow Aries. Happy birthday to those of you who celebrated a birthday in March and those of you who are celebrating a birthday in April. Aries, we are in Aries season, and in April we have the Aries new moon coming up on April 11th, and that is a very powerful time to set your intentions for the coming year. It's a great time to manifest as well, if that is something that you're into, or creating a vision board. Aries is the beginning of the zodiac cycle, so coming back into Aries season is like a new year, and that new moon is like, a new year when you would set your resolutions. So we're going to get started and take a look at some aspects of this month to focus on. A little bit quicker than what a lot of you are used to with me with my readings. Not as long as usual. In comparison to my typical readings, it's not going to be a 5-minute reading. But we're going to take a look at your own energy for the month of April, and you have got the Four of Pentacles. So this has come up time and time again for so many people, especially in this last year. The Four of Pentacles is about the resources that you have and thinking long term, thinking about, your stability, your security. Oftentimes it shows up when you're not feeling that stability and security. And sometimes this energy can be a bit reminiscent of hoarding. And that's been very prevalent energy over the past year. And for many of us, we're dealing with job loss or cutback in hours, some sort of loss of resources that may make you want to hug and hold on tight to what you currently have right now. So that is very common energy. It's not just Aries. It's so many people are feeling this right now. And with the Four of Pentacles, you definitely want to be practical. You want to be honest with yourself about, what your finances look like, what things look like for you right now, where things stand for you right now, and how that can influence long term. And it's not just about your finances. It's about your relationships. It's about your health even. And sometimes it's about how you're relating to the outside world, especially within like nature and stuff. Like, are you getting that outside time? That sort of thing. But for a lot of you, I feel like this is just that feeling of stability, that lack of stability that you're feeling right now, that insecurity when it comes to resources, and also health anxiety. I feel a lot of health anxiety, for some of you right now. And so a key thing to focus on right now is being honest. Sometimes when we're worried about things and we're not feeling particularly confident, I really rolled over those words, particularly confident about things, we tend to be avoidant. And sometimes it's, the bank account can be scary, or, being honest about a health situation can be scary. But you're encouraged to really look it in the eye and understand where you stand right now. We're going to look at external energy coming at you for the month of April. Dropping cards. All right, we have the Ace of Swords. All right, beautiful energy for the month of April. This is setting intentions. There's something externally poking you in the butt, asking you to be clear about what you want and to almost speak it into being. Some of you are going to find yourself in situations where you really do have to speak up, especially for yourself. You may find yourself defending your ideas, and there's a lot of energy in support of that right now. So having the courage to speak up for yourself, having the courage to defend your ideas. For a lot of you, I see this very much related to that Aries new moon energy coming up, and it's about setting your intentions and deciding, what you want your life to look like over the next 12 months or so, and really getting in touch with your visions for yourself, and not being very abstract about it. Not so much like thinking, oh, well, I just, might want to take a vacation someday, but thinking a bit more clear, like I want to take a vacation to somewhere where we're allowed to go. Or, oh, I want to get healthier, instead of saying, I just want to get healthier, maybe I want to work on my strength. I want to work on building more muscle. I want to work on building up my endurance. Being very intentional with your thoughts for the month of April, and really working on setting up a plan for yourself. So we're going to see what is challenging you in the month of April. And if you've had a reading with me, you know that I often don't view like challenges as something malicious, trying to harm you. Oftentimes it's just something poking you in the butt, lighting a fire under your hiney to get you motivated, making you think. And you've got Temperance and a need for balance this coming month. A need for balance now. And again, another one that has shown up a lot lately, because a lot of us just feel out of balance. Our world is out of balance. Our friends are out of balance. Our jobs are out of balance. Just everything feels, like the scales are tipped so heavily in one direction sometimes. And, Temperance is challenging. Like, how can you, bring things more, how can you, bring more harmony back into your life? And I do feel some health energy here, and I'm not a doctor, and this isn't medical advice, but I have to say that. A lot of you are asked to, refocus your health this month. And again, like I was saying before, about being honest with where you stand health-wise. You may need to, cut out some extra snacking, or cut out some extra habits that you may have developed over this pandemic that might not be serving your health, in the best way. Or, maybe it's time to schedule doctor's appointments, or look into getting a vaccine, something like that. But where, you can kind of bring in a little more balance, a little more, compassion for yourself in when it comes to taking care of your physical body. Also with Temperance, the challenge is also to be patient, and that's hard with this energy here, right? And this energy here too tends to be a little bit quicker. And so, we're waiting like, oh my God, when is this going to end? When is this going to end? Like, when is it going to get better? And it's like, there's positivity with this card. There's, hopefulness with this card. And it's saying like, it's coming, just hold on to the fact that it's coming, but please, remain patient, which we don't always want to hear, because we want the answers now. We want things to be better now. We're going to see what energy is helping you, this month. We have the Two of Cups. Wow. Talk about blending. Look at this energy here. The Two of Cups and the Temperance. Again, more balanced energy. And I feel like, again, more health energy with this. Taking care of yourself and bringing your health into balance. And not just your physical health, but also your emotional health. And the last year has taken a toll on everybody. And, many of us are just taking care of so many things. We're trying to just keep our head above water, taking care of our families, taking care of our loved ones, our jobs, our pets, and everything. And we tend to neglect ourselves. And this is just having a moment to stop and remember to take care of yourself and sort of bring yourself back into that alignment. And with this, I feel like you're not doing that alone. So again, when I'm getting that health energy feeling, this is reaching out to maybe a professional who can help you, or a fitness coach who, if you're thinking of getting into a different shape, or you want to work on your strength or your balance and something, physical like that, somebody that can help you. And also reaching out to friends and people that can support you emotionally, a therapist, a doctor, anything like that, but not going it alone. But definitely working with people who are also wanting to help you. So not people that are just gonna, that you feel like you have to constantly advocate for yourself, for people that want to support you, want to help you, making sure that those are the people that you are keeping around you, and those are the people that you are seeking out. So let's take a look at like your hopes and fears. One of them will come out. A little bit of spirit energy there. What's going on, rustling up inside of you. And we have got the Queen of Cups. Oh, she's lovely. A lot of water energy, these last 3 cards. A lot of emotional energy. And I feel like, so I'm sitting here telling you, reach out for help. Right? And I feel like, talking about hopes and fears, you may be worried that people won't want to help you, or worried that you're going to be too much for somebody when you reach out, or somebody might not respect you when you admit that you need help. And first of all, if you ever reach out for help or say, I need help, or I'm struggling with something, and people lose their respect for you, they're assholes. You don't need them. And it's a reflection on them, not on you. But I feel that there's this fear of you, holding this fear that's holding you back from reaching out for that kind of help and allowing yourself to be taken care of, especially emotionally, especially in a nurturing way. Being worried that you're just not worthy. And again, this is energy that has come up so many times in personal readings that I've done this past year. And I think so many of us, again, we're overextending ourselves, trying to keep ourselves, alive, and trying to keep other people alive, and working to help other people that, we're not working on us. So trying to release yourself of feeling like an emotional burden, and understand that you are worthy of taking the time out for yourself, practicing, self-care, whether it's physical self-care in the form of, all the fun stuff, the bubble baths, the long hot showers, long walks alone, meditation time, or, deeper emotional care with the help of a support person. You're worthy of that, and definitely something that you should think about reaching out for this month. All right. What do you want to avoid this month? Justice. All right. I think, why would I want to avoid justice? You don't want to avoid justice, but justice is about making decisions and thinking about how your decisions are impacting not just yourself, but all of those around you. And you may make a decision now that has long-reaching consequences. And so you want to, in thinking of terms of what to avoid, it's avoiding making those rash judgments, quick decisions that might not benefit you in the long run, or may be harmful, or may cause some yucky energy for you a little later down the road. Something that feels good now but might not feel too good later on. And again, justice is balance and justice is fairness as well. So it's being careful to avoid situations where, you may dole out something that's unfair to other people, or you may make an impulsive decision that, might work out for you in that minute, but could be hurting somebody else, or could be causing a little bit of trouble for somebody else. It's just thinking before you act right now and avoiding, any type of impulsivity. And if you're an American, a lot of people are getting a little extra money in the bank account from the government. Some people are getting tax returns if they ever show up. And so it's also tempting to make very impulsive decisions and to treat yourself, which you should. Just think a little bit further down the line before making some of those big and small decisions. A little extra advice before we close this out. The Chariot. Beautiful. Beautiful. We got some nice forward moving energy. And here, you are very much, driving your own future. You're marching yourself down your path. You're in control. You're in the driver's seat. And, with this, the advice is to maintain that control. And I'm going to follow the energy from the Justice card. With the Chariot, you don't want to be too impulsive. You're moving forward. You've got an intention, a goal, a path that you want to go down, and you are encouraged to do that. Take those reins and start driving down that path. But make sure you are keeping your eyes open. You're aware of what's going on around you. You're aware of your surroundings, and you're not being too impulsive and going too quickly, right? Because if you're going too quickly, what can happen? You can, miss something on the road and crash. You can veer off your path. You can be startled and, again, crash into something, right? So you want to make sure that you keep your eyes on the prize, but that you are also, your peripheral vision is good as well, that you're alert and awake and you're looking at what's ahead of you, looking what's around you, and, aware of all of that. But the advice is to move forward, with this energy here, with this Ace of Swords, setting those intentions, deciding what those goals are, deciding what you want to manifest, and really going for it. It's one thing to think about things and to set those intentions and to have a vision, which is very good. But with the Chariot energy, it's also about putting that into action and really, taking the steps or popping in the driver's seat and moving towards those goals as well, knowing what you need to do to get there. But also just being very aware of everything else around you and not being ultra impulsive. And then we're going to end it with, see some upcoming energy that is going on. And upcoming energy that is coming up, obviously. And then we'll pull you a couple oracle cards. Another drop. Ooh. All right. I'll put these down. The Nine of Swords. Oh, nobody wants to see this as upcoming energy. The Nine of Swords is, a lot of mental energy, a lot of heavy, heavy mental energy. Literally the stuff that keeps you up at night, the stuff that causes insomnia. People really fear the Nine of Swords when it comes up because some people think that it means something bad is going to happen to them, and that's not what I'm feeling here. I'm feeling that this is more, it's what you do yourself, sometimes mentally, you know, all those worries and fears and self-doubts, which, as I always tell people, those things are there for valid reasons. You're not just like coming up with anxiety out of the thin air because you thought it's cool. You know, there's something that happened, a trauma, some sort of heartbreak, a situation that happened to you, things that people have done to you that cause those feelings, that cause those, you know, that mental energy that keeps you up at night. That's not exactly your fault, but you know, eventually it just becomes part of you so much that it's hard to shake. And as like upcoming energy, like this is like a warning that, you know, we've got all of this information here. Let's be aware of getting too much in your head, and you might find yourself coming to a situation where you have to stand up almost to yourself. You know, you're standing up for yourself, to yourself, and sort of cutting through some of the bullshit of the mind. And I don't mean bullshit in a way, again, where like those anxieties are coming from someplace that doesn't make sense. They do. But it's working through them, you know, whether it's to help with the Two of Cups and this Queen of Cups energy, getting help from other people. But the thing that I find hopeful with the Nine of Swords is you're waking up from the nightmare. You know, we often like focus on it's the nightmare card, it's being in the nightmare, but I also see waking up from the nightmare. And these little roses here, which are present on most of the Nine of Swords cards, are a reminder that, you know, there are better things ahead, you know, but it's about, you know, taking control as much as you can of this head, right? But, you know, yeah, it's time to wake up from the nightmare. And I'm going to leave it at that and go to some oracle cards. Birthing a new age. Let me read that little blurb to you. It says, birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Beautiful. Right in line with that energy, right in line with the Aries new moon energy that's coming up, setting intentions, creating something new for yourself, expanding on things that are working for you, and bringing new energy and a new, like a fresh perspective to them as well. We're going to draw one more for you. All right, one more for Aries. Here we go. Nice. All right, and we have Inner Temple, devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart. And you have a lot of emotional energy here with the Temperance, the Queen of Cups, the Two of Cups, that Nine of Swords. And again, it's about protecting your heart, protecting yourself emotionally, working on yourself emotionally, releasing what you need to, and doing what you need to take care of that inner temple, you know, setting the boundaries for yourself, taking the time out for yourself when you can, seeking help when you are able, and feeling worthy of getting that, and being more devoted to your emotional balance, being more devoted to your happiness and the things that bring you joy. Aries, this is a lovely reading. Think about setting those intentions, thinking about shedding some of the things that you need to shed, and seeking support when you can. And if you have any questions, I am happy to answer any of them. Just leave me a comment below. Or if you would like a personal reading of your own, you can find that information below as well. And I hope this resonated for you guys, and I am sending you blessings and lots of love. I hope that you are safe and happy and healthy. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. Bye-bye.